You know why I love Cam Hanes? Because he's that one guy that you can't look at and go, well, it must be nice. Oh, well, if I had a best-selling book, I would be able to become the best bow hunter too. Oh, if I had all that time. You can't say that about Cameron Hanes because the whole time he was coming up, he was working a job 40 hours a week, sometimes 50 hours a week, and he was just making it happen, as he puts it. I'm Coach Colin, coolest high-performance coach in the world, and if you want the absolute best insights to the podcast and video you love, hit that subscribe button. We're about to start talking about Cameron Hanes, Joe Rogan, episode 450, and they are talking about the difference between people who quit and people who don't. And Cameron Hanes tells a very, very pivotal story in where he used to be a quitter. He knows what it's like to quit. Let's get into it.
Do it, Obama. Come on, you got a spot.
Obama.
I think.
Wow. Oh.
I think that any like very, very difficult thing that anybody does, whether it's bow hunting or martial arts or anything where it's incredibly difficult to accomplish something, it sort of separates the people that will quit from the people that figure out a way to succeed. Mm-hmm. And that's really that overcoming adversity that's where character comes from, and that's the things that we all admire. Mm-hmm. And that shit's hardwired into us, man. The admiration of that, like. Just as simple as me watching your video of you carrying that rock up a hill. I mean, is it important that you carry that rock up a hill in the greater scheme of the universe? No, it's not. But to me it was. Because to me that day I was like, this motherfucker's doing some shit that I probably can't do right now. And when you see that, it makes you like, I want to be able to carry that rock up the hill. All right, well, if I'm going to fucking start out with a 35-pound plate, I'm going to carry that up the hill. I'm going to work my way up to that big rock. And that, that inspiring each other and the ability to push yourself to these incredible heights is really one of the more exciting aspects of being a person. Mm-hmm. It's one of the things that makes being a man or a woman, I mean, I guess being a woman, I'm not a woman, so I don't know. I've thought about it sometimes, what it would be like. But it gives you thrills. It gives you excitement. It gives you like these feelings of accomplishment when you achieve things. They're some of the greatest moments in life. Mm-hmm. And I feel bad for people that have never stuck their neck out. I feel bad for people that have never taken chances. Not because they're less, because they're not less. They haven't reached their potential. It's not that their potential is less. I feel like probably inside all of us, we all have the potential for greatness in one way or another. As long as we don't have any obvious physical problems, we didn't get dealt a terrible genetic hand of cards, mm-hmm. With a disease or something like that. But if you don't have that, I think all of us have potential. I feel bad for people who don't at least attempt to reach a potential in some way.
Yeah, and that's, for me, I don't feel like I'm any different from anybody else, because I've been. Back in my early 20s, I remember I signed up for a 10K race, 6.2 miles back home, and quit. I mean, had been partying. I was, 19 or 20, and just whatever, not in shape. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And stepped off the course. And that I'll never forget what that moment felt like, being a quitter. And that is crazy. But the point is. So if I've been that guy who quit a 6-mile race and I've come and now, have done, what I can do or what I finally believe or figured out I could do, anybody can. You know what I mean? I'm not like crazy talented or have all this ability that just is natural. But it's what I'm doing and what I chase and what I work for every day. And I've been able to achieve what some might consider, big accomplishments. And I'm just a regular guy.
You're a regular guy, but you're a regular guy who puts it out there. And when you put it out there, that's what creates that energy. That's what creates that inspiration. That's what creates action. Because people will watch your video and go, man, I'm going to the fucking gym. Mm-hmm. And they'll go to the gym and they'll start lifting weights. Or they'll do whatever it is that they do, they'll get inspired by your hard work. They'll watch that video of you getting up early in the morning and going running when you don't want to.
Right.
And they see you tired. Everybody feels that. Everybody's seen that alarm clock go off or heard that alarm clock go off. I'm like, I do not want to get up now. That everybody knows that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Man, I just want to talk about the Cameron Haynes story. I let that clip run a little long, but the fact he's talking about the cookie jar, he's talking about David Goggins' cookie jar, and he doesn't even realize it because at this point, him and David Goggins don't even know who each other are, which is incredible. And, you know, it kind of shows that disciplined people, you know, whether they're from, you know, Oregon or they're from Brazil, Indiana, or they're from Canada or wherever, they all seem to fall into these same disciplines and they all seem to have these same triggers, right? David Goggins knew what it was like to quit and be shitty. And now he just won't allow that anymore. Cameron Haynes just had a story of running a 6 mile. Like, that's shocking to me. I can run 6 miles. I can outrun 19, 20-year-old Cameron Haynes. Like, I've done longer runs than that. And he has now done longer runs than that. Ultra mileage he's done. 26 miles a day he was doing at one point, waking up at 2:30 in the morning. But he couldn't do that until he knew what it was like to quit. Until he understood the sting that it provides, that it gives you. Until he felt like a loser. And that's what I'd like to say to you is the fact that you have felt like a loser in your life. I'm sorry that I'm being a little assumptive, but we all have. Even Cameron, even Joe, everybody. The fact that you felt like a loser in life is the exact fact why you can become a straight up beast. Like, that fact that you have quit and lost and been hurt, those are the things that give you the qualifications to become a straight up animal, to become a straight up monster, as Jordan Peterson puts it. You have it. That's it. Like, if it's a brew, that's the thing that most people need. I need a little bit of quitting. I need a little bit of feeling like a loser. You already have those ingredients. The only thing that's missing is that cookie jar aspect where you look back and you say, I know what it's like to quit. And then think back to when you actually quit and think of what that felt like. You know? Think about what it felt like. Think about what you felt like the next day. And then think about how you feel thinking about it in that moment. The fact that the memories that you have to reflect back on are of quitting, of regret, of pain. And then use that to move forward in life and become someone like Cameron Haynes, who works a 40-hour-a-week job, but then still pursues his passion to the utmost extent and becomes excellent at it. I mean, this guy right now, in this interview, he's an Under Armour athlete for like 9 years, and the whole time he's working a 40-hour-a-week job. We have this thing in our heads. It's like, once I become endorsed by Under Armour, well, that's it. I'm going to be rich and I'm going to like hang out with The Rock. It's like, no. He got that and then still clocks into work. Then sees Joe Rogan and still clocks into work. We have no excuses when we start to listen to guys like this. When we start to see their path and follow their ethos, like, we have no excuses. You have no excuses. Bring up as many as you want. You could still make it happen. There's too many examples in the world of people still making it happen. I'm going to do this video. I'm going to post them. I'm going to make all the thumbnails. I'm not even going to make the thumbnails. I'm going to post them all, leave my computer on, go to work right now, which is fucking Uber Eats. Like, most people feel like that's the bottom of the barrel in life, but I love it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that, right? And then I'm going to, every time I have a stop, I'm going to stop for a few minutes, make my thumbnail, post the thumbnail up, and then keep going. And then when another video is supposed to release, I'm going to make the thumbnail, keep going. Like, you can do this. Whatever it is that you're thinking of doing, you can do it, man. Don't make any excuses, though. Cameron Haynes was a quitter. I was a quitter. Joe was a quitter. You were a quitter. Let's just change it up. We have the blueprints. We know what they did to not become quitters, to become winners. Let's just do that. What do you say? Huh? What do you say? This is like the rah-rah moment. We high five and it like freezes. Like, yeah, But seriously, man, step it the fuck up. Let's step it up together. I'm trying to lose weight over here. I'm trying to better myself over here. If you're going through something like that, leave it in the comments, man. Let's fucking improve together. Let's go, man. All right, I'm out.